So many times during the interview, they're going to focus on research if you did research. And the worry that I have always had is they'll focus on an arcane, esoteric, trivial part of the procedure. It's really a rarity for that to happen. It almost never happens, but you should be familiar to a large degree with your own research, what your reasoning was for it, more of the gestalt, the overall reason you did it. Why were you trying to find something? What were you trying to find? How did it change your understanding of that disease? Did it add to science overall? Was it successful? What happened? What could you have done differently? These kinds of things. That's what I look for. But I will say this. If they do ask about trivia, it's likely they're not going to know the trivia. So you just kind of nod and shift the attention to the overarching goal there. So it's not the kind of time where you go, oh, you got me. It's been a long time since I've looked at that research. I don't really remember. Or, I barely had any part in that. I was just coming in and cleaning the bottles. No, none of that. You know, it's not like you're faking it, but don't beat yourself before someone else tries to beat you. Because if you feel like, okay, I'll be honest with you, I just did a few things in that experiment, I never really understood it. No. Stay calm, you take a breath, and you just play it like you own the thing. So it's kind of like a shell game in a sense. They're going to be pointing to something, but you're sort of directing them somewhere else. And this is an offshoot of the way to keep the interview flowing in a positive direction. They will not remember that you didn't know something if you switch it to, well, what was more important than the procedure were the findings. And we did notice a change in contractility in the cardiomyocyte. And that led us to conclude that there really is a difference in dilated cardiomyopathy over a normal cardiomyocyte. Whoa, okay, so it wasn't so much stuck on, oh, what vector, how did you use knockout mice? You may know that, but it's not about the little, it's about the big. So remember, you don't want to defeat yourself. Never in the interview do you just say, oh, I don't remember a thing about that, I'm so sorry. Don't just start to collapse and come apart. It's such a sign of weakness that you're almost like throwing up a surrender flag. Oh, I don't remember any of that. No, nothing like that. Ooh, you got me. No. Just pick one thing that stuck with you. It could even be that you loved the techniques of the other people in the lab and you watched and you managed to remember a few great techniques about weighing, measuring, pipetting. Well, that's where I really learned to pipette. I mean, that's good, you know, and work under a hood in an antiseptic fashion. Okay, that's good enough. And then the more you can add to that, you know, I took from that experiment, it was difficult to work for me under the conditions because we were growing cell lines and I had to come late at night. But I realized how important it is in science to really be ready to work around the clock. Anything that you took from it, okay? I learned how to incubate bacteria, any kind of thing you learn from it, you're going to take that. So this is also for the entire interview. Don't come up from a position of weakness. You know your own story really better than anyone because it's yours. So at any point, it's okay. And remember what I told you already, what I let you know. It's okay to say, I don't know. That's not something I know. But what I do know is following I don't know with what I do remember or what did change me just erases the I don't know. So use that technique and it all goes under the subheading, don't beat yourself. Don't beat yourself because there's plenty of people that might be trying to beat you. So don't be the one doing it to your own self.